Good evening. My name is Michael De Iulio. I live in Quellen. Mayor Murray and members of the Board of Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'll be speaking on two topics of discussion this evening, and I do appreciate your time and your attention. Like others before me in previous meetings, unfortunately, I'm here to raise concern over the actions of a town commissioner, specifically regarding a social media post dated July 16, 2025. I choose not to engage in social media keyboard karate, but this was something that publicly stated by a commissioner demands attention, and the post reads as follows. If anyone hasn't figured it out, the wall is all about literally building a wall. They don't want any type of diversity, whether that be skin color or socioeconomic status. Pay attention to who that slate is at election time. I have never met this person, and I don't know them. This statement is baseless personal attack, ignorant, reckless, and void of constructive purpose. As a town commissioner, there is a responsibility owed to the citizens of Waxhaw to represent them with integrity, not to mislead or divide them, and identity politics and lies have no place in community discourse. Let me be clear, the Waxhaw Wall was never meant about exclusion. It's about integrity. It's about making sure that decisions made in this town aren't driven by profit seekers or outside agendas. The voices of Waxhaw residents deserve respect and attention, not dismissive rhetoric. Our community deserves leadership that builds and earns trust through action, and that is what the Waxhaw Wall proudly stands for and is demonstrated. Second topic as it pertains to the Olivia project. We are facing a critical juncture in Waxhaw's growth. Our infrastructure is already stretched thin, and adding this development would push us into further imbalance. I strongly urge this board to listen to the people of Waxhaw, to stand with them, and to deny the rezoning request. Growth should be thoughtful, responsible, and community-driven. That is what the people of Waxhaw want, and that is what the people of Waxhaw deserve. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mayor Murray, commissioners, and residents of Waxhaw. I'm John Gemignani. I'm from Millbridge. I'm also on the planning board, but tonight I'm speaking on my behalf as an individual. I stand before you to address a deeply troubling Facebook post made on July 16th by a town commissioner whose term ends this December. So these comments will be similar to Mike's, but I just wanted to reiterate. The post reads, if anyone hasn't figured it out, the wall is all about literally building a wall. They don't want any type of diversity, whether that be skin color or socioeconomic status. Please pay attention to who that slate is at election time. This reckless and inflammatory statement is completely unacceptable. It baselessly accuses residents of bigotry, fueling division in our community. Such toxic rhetoric is a disgrace, not only to the commissioner, but also to the name of Waxhaw. I call for this commissioner's immediate resignation. The repeated use of divisive social media attacks and fixation on identity politics have no place in our town's leadership. Beyond their words, this commissioner's actions through votes on rezoning and sprawling developments have undermined Waxhaw's character and disregarded our community's needs in favor of unchecked growth. This November, we have a critical opportunity to elect leaders who will unite us, prioritize responsible governance, and reject personal attacks and baseless accusations. On that note, I strongly urge this board to reject the rezoning for the Olivia project, reviewed by the planning board on June 17th. As a planning board member, I stand by the 3-to-1 vote to issue a negative recommendation as articulated by Mr. Farris. This project is far from meeting the minimum recommendations for parking and mixed-use conditional zoning commercial space, and will further degrade Waxhaw's quality of life by exacerbating the traffic congestion on our already overcrowded roads near the heart of town. Let us move forward together after tonight, focusing on the business of our town with respect and integrity, as Waxhaw deserves. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Before my clock starts, I have a draft copy that I'd like to give to staff to pass out to the board, please. Thank you. Good evening, Board of Commissioners, staff, residents. My name is Daniel Farris. I'm a resident of the Oaks on Providence. I've also been proud to serve as a planning member and an advisory member and a resident volunteer for your planning committee for the past half decade. I've also been able to serve as chair. But before I dive into tonight's discussion on Olivia, I want to take a moment to publicly thank and acknowledge our former interim planning director, Ashley Layton. During her time with us, Ashley was a pleasure to work with, a true planning professional. She ensured that projects like this one being discussed this evening remain open and transparent throughout the process, down to the details, to help residents and board members alike understand what's being presented. Upon reviewing the staff report provided online of tonight's agenda, I noticed something missing. Something Ashley made sure to include in every project, both sides of the rezoning analysis. Tonight's material only included, or at least per online, a recommendation by staff for approval. Under Ashley's leadership, she taught us on the planning board that there should be both available for the public to see. So I've come forward tonight, not just as chair of the planning board, but a concerned resident who wants to support transparency, fairness, and good planning. For conditional rezoning request CZ0062004, known as the Views at Olivia, I'd like to offer a formal inconsistency statement grounded in our adopted policies and sound land use principles. This project is inconsistent with our adopted plans, as Blair has said, and as the planning board, without me, reviewed. The proposed rezoning is inconsistent with the town adopted land use policies and plan, the Waxhaw 2040 comprehensive plan. The zone is currently employment center, EC zoning. The request would allow development that is over 90% residential on the land designated for commercial and employment opportunity. That is something we should not give away lightly. This request is unreasonable. The proposed provides only 3.39 acres of commercial use, under our minimum 10%. The total site they are requesting is a conditional mixed use, but it is not. It barely doesn't even meet truly our code and ordinances. There's no clear justification or compelling public benefit offered in exchange for this significant development. Not in the public interest. This site is not in the public interest. Approval of the rezoning would result in a permanent loss of up to 100 to 120,000 square feet of potential commercial development, along with hundreds of possible jobs. And long-term tax revenue would greatly be impacted.
We're at time.
Before I depart, I'd like the board and I'd like my notes to be added for one thing. Board, please investigate the legal language of clauses G and H. It is the same thing you were seeing at Blythe Mill they have a clause that would allow them certificates of occupancy before the road improvements. Please review this.
Thank you.